So guys, what we have here is NASDAQ 100. So before you go, click on that subscribe button, like, share, make your comment. I would want to watch out for it. So this NASDAQ 100, I want it to be a quick analysis. By the way, I think the price cannot show fully. I just don't know why it's doing like that. Maybe probably it will reset itself. Now take a look at this NASDAQ 100, known as NAS100. You can see that we are on a bearish move on the weekly time frame. So price has actually been bearish, right? Price is dropping. I've also included 10-period moving average. The rules of trading this 10-period moving average once again is that once the price is above 10-period moving average, we have to go long. But if it is below to that, we have to short it, right? So if you to zoom out your charts properly, guys, you would see that this NASDAQ 100 has been bearish, right? Going below 10-period moving average. So above all, then you see that the price was able to break above the 10-period moving average. Then it corrected itself and dropped below it. It was below it for some period of time, then again broke out of it and immediately corrected itself on the moving average. So we can clearly see that this price is now still below 10-period moving average. So since it is still below 10-period moving average, there's only one movement we should see on this NASDAQ 100, which is a bearish move. We are to short it. Now take a look at this movement on NASDAQ 100. We can take a look at this as a lower lows. We can take this as a lower highs. Then here we can take it as a lower lows. We can see this as a lower highs, and then again we can see this as a lower low. So we would continue to drop, right? At least we would want to see a good amount of drop before we see a lower highs, which will serve as a pullback, right? So NASDAQ 100, we can see that this price has just broken this previous pullback level, right? We had the pullback level at this level. So I think let's do it on the daily time frame. So I mean, this was the previous pullback level, right? We saw this price actually drop to this level, and then a pullback level occurred, right? Happened. Then now we have now on a drop, and now this price has now broken this previous lower lows. This was the previous lower lows, yes. So now that price has broken below it, what movement are we expecting now? Another bearish move. At least we want to see a good amount of bearish move before a pullback level will occur. So you see that for 4 days now, we see day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4, which is today, price has actually closed bearish. So there's every possibility that day 12, the price will actually also close bearish. We will be seeing a candlestick, red candlestick, by the way, a bearish candlestick, by the way, to occur on the next day, which is about 12. And you can still see that this price is still below 10-period moving average. It's not as if it broke above it. It is still below. So basically we would still be looking for only one movement, a bearish move, to actually short. So I mean, so there's only one movement we should be aiming for on NASDAQ 100, a bearish move. Since you can close bearish for, I think, going to 5 days now, the next day, which is on the 12th, we should also be able to close bearish, and price should be able to drop at least throughout this week. Then maybe next week a pullback might occur next week, but throughout this week we will continue to see a bearish move on NASDAQ 100. So to take this trade itself, I want us to actually go to the 4-hour time frame. So 4-hour time frame is the time frame I do take trade. So clearly we can see on weekly time frame we are bearish, right? On the daily time frame we have to go short. We are also on a bearish move. Now to place this trade, we would go to the 4-hour time frame, and this 4-hour time frame is still showing us a bearish move. Assuming it is showing us a bullish move, then it will be a different thing, but it is still a bearish move. So this is still an indication that 4-hour time frame on NASDAQ 100 we are still bearish, and the price is still below the 10-period moving average. Now we can take a look at these movements like this: a drop. Here we have a correction on our NASDAQ 100. You can see kind of a little bit of a drop, a correction happened, right? Then we can see this huge impulse movement downward, then a correction. We can take a look at this impulse move downward, then we add a correction. After this correction, right, we are now on a bearish move. So these first 4 hours, right, we've gone bearish. Price has closed red. The second, third, fourth 4-hour we will also open and close red, which I believe will happen, by the way. So see an indication that this NASDAQ 100, if you are to take this trade, it is the right time to actually short it now. So NASDAQ 100, we should short it, and the next day we should actually see it open and close bearish on 12th of October 2022.